It's a new day.
It's a new day, and yet somehow we're still playing Majora's Mask for the 3DS.
It's true. No.
Rick just really wanted to freestyle on the ocarina one last time.
Yeah, I just had to. So, all right, this was supposed to be a video last Sunday, but things got a little bit busy for us all at once. I discovered as we were closing out Majora's Mask that this past Sunday would actually be the end of 100 straight weeks of Zelda on this channel, and not only that, but 100 straight weeks of feSesgh.
That's right.
We've had, because every Sunday so far, when we got this started, the first Ocarina of Time video was September 1st, 2013. And then after that game was done, we played Majora's Mask, which also featured feSesgh.
Yep.
And then after that, we did Twilight Princess, which has feSesgh as the hero's shade.
Yep.
And then that took until the end of 2014. And then the next game we did was Ocarina of Time 3D on Sundays, and Majora's Mask went along with it.
So feSesgh is kind of our mascot here on the D-pad.
Kind of. And this is probably the last video we're ever going to have with feSesgh, because I really don't think...
You know, Rick, I know you well enough, and I love you a lot. I just somehow don't feel like that's the case. I'm sure we'll see feSesgh again.
I don't know, man. Are we gonna play anything involving the Hero of Time again?
Well, first off, there are new games coming out, and we don't yet know where they fit in the timeline.
That is true.
And we have feSesgh as an amiibo in Smash.
That is true.
So he's
by the way, our stick is still fucked up, unfortunately.
Oh yeah. If for some fun, watch the first episode of Pokemon that we just did recently, and we're getting
the super
past that.
Single battle challenge.
The super single battle challenge. It's super. So where are we going? What are we doing here?
Oh, there's 2 fishing holes in this game. I'm thinking we head to the first one.
Logic would support that decision.
I mean, we can go to either of them. Really, it doesn't make that big of a difference.
All right.
I'm trying to remember where exactly it is. I think it's over here.
Over here?
Yeah. Ah, there we go. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, okay.
So we were originally...
What, can Gorons not fish?
Probably not. We originally had a plan, or I had a plan for a cool thing that we were going to be able to do. Look at that hair.
Yeah.
Oop, nope. Okay, cool.
Sinking lure, huh?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do that.
That rings a bell.
So yeah, there is actually, there's no major rewards as far as I can tell for getting certain fish or anything in this game, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put on the Deca
Fierce
mask
Deity's mask
so I can get onto some of these lily pads. Oh, you can fish as a Deku. That's cool.
Oh, okay. So they really don't seem to care.
Yeah.
They're not that racist here. That's good.
No, it's cool. But
Less
yeah,
racist than Rick.
there's a neat... This is actually going to be real hard because I think we have to do the little spinny thing in order to catch a fish. But there's a cool fish you can get in this pond that apparently takes a lot of extra work to do called Lord Chapu-chapu.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. CHAPU, and it is basically a tiny version of Jabu-Jabu.
That's adorable.
Right?
Maybe you can put a picture up on it since we're probably not going to catch it.
He's apparently kind of a pain in the ass to get.
Yeah. But that's kind of a cute little homage.
Oh, you got to do A with it. Whoops, okay.
A and
I wasn't really sure what button we were actually supposed to be doing there. But yeah, so we thought we'd just take, in celebration of 100 weeks of feSesgh and The Legend of Zelda, that we'd take one last little trip, just like we did with Twilight Princess. Actually, we had a bonus to sort of close out the Legendary Let's Play, and this is sort of closing out again the Legendary Let's Play for at least a couple months. Yep. Triforce Heroes isn't coming until at least the fall, and knowing
no
Zelda
word
production,
on when Wii U is coming out.
Yeah, so it was originally stated to be a 2015 thing. And then it got pushed back to 2016, just sort of a general, no one knows exactly when. And now they put up their, here are the games coming out in 2016 on the Wii U, and Zelda is not on the list, which could mean a couple of things. It could mean Lively Groovy Carp.
Groovy Carp.
Right.
That's my screen name from 7th grade.
Let's catch something else. But yeah, it could mean that it's coming out on the NX, which I really hope is not the case, because that seems like a real waste of all that, build-up. Granted, I mean, if it's on the NX, presumably it would also be
awesome.
Awesome, like, for that. And, you know,
Yeah.
Nintendo could really use a solid launch, you know, title.
True.
For their next one.
True. And they did say they were trying to make the game, like, ridiculous and massive.
Yeah, and it might just be too big for the Wii U, you know? Another possibility is that... it is getting delayed to 2017, which would really blow.
And the more it gets delayed, the more likely it is for the NX, you might think.
And on top of that, there's also the likelihood that it may not actually live up to the expectations that it's been building too, which is a little bit scarier.
Right.
Come on.
A win.
Yeah, there we go.
Although everyone loves Skyward Sword.
Yeah, honestly, Zelda really hasn't had... The closest thing that Zelda's ever really had to a flop were, like, Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks.
Yeah.
Even Skyward Sword, which got kind of a weirdly negative reputation that I still don't entirely understand.
It's weird because it was super positively received when it came out, but over
and
time,
no one really seemed to...
everyone kind of turned their back on it.
Yeah, which is...
In my defense, I never liked it.
It's sort of the same thing to me as the Wind Waker, where, like, at the time, everyone's being, like, weirdly weird about it. And when it comes around, in a couple years, when we look back on it, I feel like Skyward Sword is going to get a similar reputation to Wind Waker of like, hey, that was a really creative and fun game. I don't know why we all hated it so much.
I don't know. I would love to give it another shot.
Yeah. You heard it here, guys. So next Sunday, come back for Skyward Sword.
No!
Take 3.
No!
Ah!
This is...
Oh, man, we can wear this everywhere.
Whoa, what?
I knew it. People were talking about this.
Is that a new feature of this game?
Yes.
You can just always be Fierce Deity?
Yep.
Well, shit, that's way more interesting than fishing.
I know, right? We should walk around and talk to people like this, because we...
Yeah.
Can I fish underwater with this?
Can you fish as a fish? They don't let you, because it would be cannibalism.
Because it would be too amazing. All right, and...
Drown.
Oh, good, he doesn't automatically put it on underwater. Oh, good, I've only got 66 seconds to breathe.
That's weird.
Come on, mask. God damn it. No, don't do that. Oh, man.
Having fun?
Yeah, I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying this. But, yeah, so the other possibility, and I totally acknowledge that the odds of this are like zero, but it would be kind of a badass move on Nintendo's part if it was true. If they managed to sneak it in as a holiday 2015 release, one, that would be amazingly like unexpected for the most part.
Yeah.
And two, that would be a really solid holiday release. Like,
oh yeah,
it'd be hard for them to put anything bigger for the holidays.
Yeah, it would be crazy.
Come on, dude. Come on, go over here.
It'd be a good move, but I don't know. I see what you're saying. It's a small chance, but it's not impossible.
Yeah.
And like, it seemed like it was coming along when like what was it, like a year ago now they showed us some screens. Like
it was last E3, not this year's one, but the one before, where they showed off a bunch of that was where the trailer came from.
Yeah. So I mean, like if they were that far a year ago, I mean it's possible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll have to see. I mean,
I don't know.
What do you think is the likelihood they're going to put out another like remake before then?
Wow, I almost just said, I hope it's good. And then I was like, why? No, I would love to see A Link to the Past done with the A Link Between Worlds engine.
That would be really cool.
Although they're too similar, they probably won't do it.
You know what I mean? Left.
They're actually too similar.
I mean, but it's also, maybe that's something maybe they re-release it on the new 3DS with a pack-in, they do A Link Between Worlds with a re-enginified Link to the Past along with it or something,
No, I mean, yeah, it could happen. I guess Twilight Princess would be next up for a do-over.
Almost certainly, yeah. That's I feel like
or
that's
Link's Awakening with the new 3DS.
That's a possibility.
Engine. It'd be kind of neat.
It actually, the mood of the game really does a good job of like, it's a dark mood. Like the game has a really dark tone, but it's done with all these really cute graphics and like, it's an animal village and shit. Like that would actually be really good at that sort of off-putting, almost betraying art style that the original Link's Awakening had.
I feel like Zelda's never been as good as it's been at Link to the Past. I think that's kind of my problem.
I mean, I'd say that's probably true.
I love A Link to the Past, and
I'd say
nothing else has captured that.
The biggest problem in that regard is that the jump to 3D is a really rocky move. Why is that fish just not fucking interested in anything we're doing today?
And I wonder if, like, objectively, does Ocarina of Time... Like, is Zelda just better in a 2D format.
Yeah. And honestly, like, Link's Awakening came out at about the same time, and that is still one of my favorite games ever.
Yeah, I think it's the perfect complement to A Link to the Past.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And for what the technology it was
Minish
done
Cap,
on.
honestly, I know we kind of blazed through Minish Cap and didn't really take time to enjoy the scenery or anything, but Minish Cap is a surprisingly solid entry in Zelda also. It really, really updates the Link's Awakening style. I guess Link to the Past as well, because the top-down 2D thing. I don't know, I guess the thing is, I feel like it's hard. There's a crispness that comes with like pixelated 2D games that's really hard to get right in 3D. Like that's one of the reasons that, for example, Sonic the Hedgehog 4 doesn't really work for me that well, because it's the physics engine is attempting to replicate the old Genesis games, but like the look of it is off-putting enough where you're not feeling like, oh, I'm doing this exact jump. It's like, oh, it's 3D, so it's kind of this weird variable thing going on, and like,
I don't know if it's nostalgia goggles talking or if it's just that Zelda has done a poor job transitioning to 3D.
No, not you. Oh, asshole. Fine.
But yeah, there's like even still with Link to the Past, I'm just.
What's the thing? Zelda really hasn't had a bad transition to 3D. The problem is it's a different formula.
It just feels like a different game.
Yeah.
It's
not necessarily even a bad game. It's just a different one.
Let's look at the obvious comparison, which would be Mario.
Yep. Mario is also incredibly different between 2D and 3D.
It is, but maybe for me, it tapped something that like feels like a related experience. Maybe it's just the tone and the characters and the sound effects, or
come on, stop.
It was just a better. I don't know. I'm really stumped on this because
Mario's also a less complex formula.
Maybe. I know we reference the sequelitis video a lot.
Yeah.
Which I try and avoid.
No, let go.
But
thank you.
His criticisms of Ocarina of Time are incredibly good and valid, and I think, we had the 1996 holy shit goggles on when it first came out.
I think honestly that's part of the reason that the Wind Waker might be a better 3D Zelda game than Ocarina.
Oh, I definitely think the Wind Waker's a better game.
It closes the gap between those two playstyles a lot. Having a much more like gymnastic, dynamic sort of fight setup without the camera doing all sorts of weird shit.
And I feel like they got away from that in Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword a little bit. The fighting, Skyward Sword had a lot of other stuff, but it didn't feel like fish. Like that snappy gymnastic fighting you mentioned. You know what I mean? They had a lot of other stuff going on, but
Twilight Princess backed off from the Wind Waker formula a little bit. It did have some of the parry stuff still in there, but it definitely wasn't as intense as Wind Waker.
Yeah.
No.
And maybe it's just they had to take it in a direction, and maybe that's not the direction that I would have wanted.
Oh, here we go.
It's not like you can say they haven't been successful.
That's true. Yeah. Oh, dude, come on. Why? Fuck this guy. I'm going somewhere else.
I really can't picture what a 3D Link to the Past would look like.
Yeah, and honestly,
not talking like a Link Between Worlds 3D. That's not really 3D.
Yeah, I hope it is a really tricky thing to say just because of how the Zelda community sort of operates, but I hope no one ever really tries to do a Link's Awakening fan game like in 3D and like the Zelda 64 engine or anything. Like, it just doesn't work. Something about the pastoral, like retro-y sort of vibe that Link's Awakening has by virtue of being on the Game Boy on primitive software actually helps sell the story way better.
Absolutely. No, I think the
good shot.
I think the 2D games that really work best for me learned to work with the medium instead of against it. And I feel like especially the 3D Zelda games never hit that sort of same level of gestalt, bigger than the sum of its parts.
Yeah, no, I could see that.
Same thing with like Final Fantasy 6 and Chrono Trigger. Like, I love 7, but not half as much as 6.
3D Chrono Trigger wouldn't do it for me either.
Chrono Cross is a completely different experience,
and
for years I hated it, but it's actually a good game.
It is a good game.
But I hated it because it wasn't Chrono Trigger at all.
Right? I had to give it 2 tries. I tried it out not long after it came out, and I loathed it because it was not Chrono Trigger. And I tried it again in college, and I was like, okay, it's not Chrono Trigger. It's clearly built in the same sort of like. There's a lot of similar. God damn it! I can't do a fucking thing with this guy. There's a lot of similar sort of. There's like a mindset that kind of goes in there. That's fuck. My thumb is dying right now. trying to catch this.
It feels like a distant cousin of Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Not anything more.
Come on.
But it's still a good game.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, and
it's a lot of work for that little.
I guess minor spoiler. They do reference Chrono Trigger in a very weird way that doesn't really make sense to me
and
at all.
It actually feels really tacked on. Like they were like,
it
oh
does.
shit, we forgot to reference Chrono Trigger. Let's do it.
It feels like, like it doesn't make all that much sense in the story, and it actually kind of fucks up the Chrono Trigger story as a result.
Yeah.
Like the way that it winds up happening, it sort of undoes some of the story there. And I will admit, I do like that Chrono Trigger for the DS does try and bridge the gap between the two games a little bit.
I never played that version. I should.
It's okay. They added one more ending, and there's like a post-game sort of pseudo-mission thing you can do that helps you understand why certain events happen in between the two games.
Yeah.
But honestly, I mean, Chrono Cross is not bad. It's not for me. I'm not a big fan. Like, the stuff they want you to emphasize in battle, I'm not interested in. Like,
well, I liked the element system once I understood it.
It was an okay system, but I'm not going to sit there and try and do chaining ice moves together to make ice stronger.
Right. It's the same thing like GFs in Final Fantasy VIII. Like, it took me the entire game to fucking understand what was happening.
Yeah.
And when I did, I was like, oh, this is really cool. I wish they had, like...
I think I got to the...
explained it.
I think I got to the Biggs and Wedge battle in 8 before I really got it.
I don't even remember when that is.
I don't remember what point it is. I remember I fought them, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. If I just do this... Oh... Is that guy... Are you chasing me, or are you just in the background? The big dude there. I think he's in the background. No, I hope Chrono Trigger never gets a 3D remake. I feel like it'll lose some of that nostalgia.
But
honestly,
I think what we're getting
I'm glad the Final Fantasy VI didn't wind up with one either. Because it looked weird.
Well, we haven't tried the Final Fantasy IV 3D remake. I'd be very curious to.
No, I've played the Final Fantasy III 3D remake, I think.
Yeah, but for that one, we didn't know the source material so well.
I mean, I played 3 when I was
really.
Yeah, I was in high school. I played it on an emulator.
Oh,
because we didn't have officially released versions.
I guess what we're getting at
is
it really possible to capture the same experience in 3D as it is in 2D? And
you know what we should play, and I think that
how close can you get?
You know what might give us an answer on that, and it's something we should really look into playing is feSesgh.
It would be an
for those of you guys not familiar,
but it wouldn't be. It was designed with that in mind, so it's a whole different.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like saying like, oh, let's try Super Paper Mario.
I guess that's
fair. Would be
fun. Super Paper Mario is really not that good.
Any Paper Mario,
yeah,
I'd
the
like
first
to play.
two
Actually, that's a really good idea.
The first two Paper Marios are very good. The second one is amazing. Super Paper Mario, Paper Mario Sticker Star I haven't played, but I've not heard good things. And then now there's going to be Mario and Luigi Paper something, and it's a combination of the Mario and Luigi and Paper Mario franchises, which sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Because that's the two, like, the Mario RPG games, all 3 franchises of them have been amazing.
Yeah.
So it'd be awesome to see 2 of those put together.
We make jokes about doing the Super Let's Play, but it's just fucking impossible.
There's too many games, man. There's way too many games.
But maybe we could do, like, a series where we focus on, like, the RPGs.
We could.
Because they're fast-paced enough that you could actually Let's Play them and not want to kill yourself.
It's true. I mean, they are decently, like, the first Mario RPG is probably a good, I
don't know,
10, 12 hours?
20 hours, maybe?
Yeah.
Well, fucking no longer than Zelda.
That's true. I mean, that is true.
And I would argue more entertaining on average.
Yeah. Well, what do you guys think out there in comment
let us know
land?
what you think.
If you think that's something you guys would want to watch, I mean, we could certainly consider it. I think we have Mario RPG in the room with us.
Yeah. It's so good.
And I own most of the Mario and Luigi games and the first 2 Paper Mario games, at least.
Yeah, and I'm a mooch. And those are some of Ian's favorites.
Oh, nice.
He'd probably make Drive Up just for
Paper Mario is a bit longer than Mario RPG, for sure, just because there's a lot more stuff going on there. Are you really not going to... Come on, buddy.
He's got his own shit going on.
Dude, you're a fish. What could you possibly be... Where are you going?
Another day
You've never left that corner, and now you're like, fucking rainbow fish are ruining this town. Come on. Ugh. I hate you. I hate you so much. All right, right into the grass. I'm going to give this one more shot, and I think that will probably be it for us.
All right. So, yeah, I guess that was kind of an interesting thought. Like, and maybe it's just like, again, those are the games we played.
Yeah.
And we love it. Like, I'm trying to think of 3D games now that I'm totally all about. I love Super Mario 64. I get a
Bloodborne.
similar level of... happy feels, nostalgia, and love from Mario 64 as I do from Mario World. Maybe even more. I like Bloodborne and Dark Souls too, and I think I will like them for the rest of my life. However, it's a whole different animal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm
trying
like,
to think.
I have to like light a candle and dim the lights and sit down and have a glass of wine and play Dark Souls. Whereas like I'm just like, oh, I want to have some fun. I'm gonna play Mario. They're different experiences altogether. You know, Dark Souls is romancing a terrible woman, and
the bitch is going back. God damn it!
Mario is, you know, I don't know what Mario is. Oh, way back in the Kirby, that was a terrible.
Mario is the hangout with a beer of video games.
Yeah. Okay. Way back when we were doing the Iwata video and we were trying to explain like the difference.
In the ancient month of July 2015.
Yeah, which was 2 weeks ago. We were trying to explain like the difference in feeling between a game like Dark Souls that I love and a game like, you know, Kirby.
Yeah.
You know, and I was struggling in the video to describe it, and my mom actually commented on the video or sent me a Facebook message, and she was like, I would say it's more like a like a Nintendo game. A Kirby game is more like, you know, finding an old stuffed animal. And you know, the other ones are like finding your old action figures, and I thought that was
I could see that. Yeah,
I thought that was actually a pretty decent way to get closer to the sentiment I was trying to express.
Yeah, that seems pretty spot on.
Yeah. So thanks, Mom.
Yeah, thanks, Mom.
All right, here we go. Are you gonna catch a fish?
Probably not. This doesn't look too good. Oh, dude, come on, please.
Hey, buddy.
Just what? Look at him. He's just like, this wall is the best wall, man. Look at, there's so much wall. I just love this. I'm just gonna rub my face.
Wall is dead. Long live wall.
Oh, look at that wall. Yeah. All right. I don't think.
Well, guys, thank you for 100 weeks of feSesgh.
Yeah, we're gonna give feSesgh and the Legendary Let's Play a break. Maybe we'll come back in a couple months when Triforce Heroes. I mean, we'll be back when Triforce Heroes comes out. But until then, I think this is gonna be it. So
you got your wish. End Zelda 2015.
Yep. Sorry, there's just something deeply wrong with Fierce Deity Link casting a fishing line.
Nothing wrong at all.
No.
It feels so right. That's good.